What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into another eyeshadow versus. Shout out to one of you all told me to call it eyeshadow versus, so I was like, okay, sounds good. So we don't have to call it Untitled Makeup Series anymore. But so today I thought it'd be fun to do some drugstore and affordable type brands. So I decided we need to do Colourpop up against BH Cosmetics. I figured since, you know, everybody's been in love with BH Cosmetics for the last couple of years before we found out they were going to Makeup Revolution, it'd be fun to put them against Colourpop since everybody loves Colourpop, buys a lot of Colourpop. And I figured it'd be easier to find color stories similar between the both of them. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, so I was up like for an hour Sunday morning, like digging through my stuff, trying to figure out like what I was going to put where and how I was going to work this out. But I managed to find 4 palettes. I didn't want to do all the monochromatic palettes because I felt like they'd be cheating and it would just be too easy. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm gonna show the one I got first. Now mind you, these color stories aren't exact because of course, you know, Colourpop makes all type of different sizes of palettes, whereas BH Cosmetics usually has a pretty standard size for the most part. And if they do make different sizes every once in a full moon, in my personal opinion, but you know, that's just me. So we have the Mandalorian and the Child palette up against the Avocado Toast palette. So when I rank these, by the way, I rank them based upon their price point. So I tried to make the price points of both the brands the same. They're both affordable. I rank based upon the color story. That's a big deal because when you buy a palette, you have to obviously like the color story. I try to do the quality, and y'all know both brands have a good quality, a bad quality, and just a mediocre one. So I try to keep that in mind as well. And then I rank based upon how often I figure I would use the palette, and just give a general ranking overall at the end after we test out each palette. So without further ado, again, let's actually get into it. So this is the Child palette. The quality on this is really nice. I mean, obviously the packaging is 10 out of 10. It has this adorable little Baby Yoda on it, even though it's not supposed to be Baby Yoda, but it has adorable child on it. And then it has the cute little decent like little frog and everything. And the color story is really nice for it to be a small palette. I think it's a nice simple color story. They already give you a set of neutrals in here. You got your light wash of greens in there, and then you got like your deep tones for someone like me who would prefer this. So I like the color story overall. I thought the quality of this was really nice, and the packaging was a 10, so that gets 3 points for me. And the price point is good too, so you get 4 points from me. So far Colourpop is at 4. Now with the Avocado Toast, I love the packaging on this. I think it is so cute. Now I've actually never had Avocado Toast, but I thought it was cute packaging, and I love the color story of this because I feel like it's not a traditional like all green, because you know they would do a monochromatic palette like Colourpop was, but I like the fact that this one isn't a traditional monochromatic palette. And as you can see, it's giving sort of the same vibe. It has more colors in it, like they added pinks to it, which obviously the Colourpop one doesn't have because the Child isn't pink. But I felt like it was close enough to where we could compare this one to the Child. And I like the color story of this, and I like the formula of this. I feel like the Weekend Vibes palettes have their best formula in it, and then the Travel ones I guess have their second best formula in it. And their number 1 formula of course is the Sweet Shop collection, but we'll get to that one last. Anyway, so I really like the color story of this. I really like the formula of this. The price point of this wasn't bad for how many shadows you get, and the packaging is nice. So both of them have 4 so far. Let's move on to the next 2. Now one of these is exactly the same as the other one. It's the Colourpop and Malibu Barbie palette up against the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics. So as you all will see, the what is it? The Barbie one has blues in it, but otherwise I feel like it's the same. Like if you ignore the blues, these palettes are pretty much the exact same type of color story. So we'll start off with the Colourpop one again. So of course the packaging is a 10 out of 10. Who doesn't love the vintage Barbie feels to this? Hello, it's sexy, it's wonderful, I'm loving it. And then the formula on this was really nice, and I love the color story. It gives me Strawberry Dream vibes from UOMA Beauty. Random side note, they're having a 4th of July sale on this, and their palette will be on sale for 20% off. But back to this one, I think this one is on the sales bracket on Colourpop's website as well, along with the 9 pen I just showed you, because they're having their 30% off sale for the 4th of July. Of course, you won't be seeing this till the end of July, so my bad, but you know, wait, no, sorry, you'll be seeing this, I think, at the end of August. I don't even know, because I think the other one goes up at the end of July. Don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I try to do these once a month. But I love the color of this. I love the formula of this. I think it's absolutely stunning, amazing, and wonderful. And I got a gorgeous look at this when I first got this palette. So Colourpop's going to get a 4 from me because the formula is nice. The packaging is amazing. The price point of this is good for it to be a collab. And then the formula is good because it's a collab. So next we have Mimosa. I love the packaging of this too. Like the cute little glasses of mimosas. And the inside, the color story is okay, but I didn't feel like the formula of this was as good as some of the other Weekend Vibes palettes I have tried. So the formula on here is just the mediocre formula in my personal opinion. The color story is gorgeous though. Like, I love all these different pops of color they have. Again, they made a fun and unique color story to go along with the packaging of the palette. So this is going to get a 3 for me because the formula is nice, the price point is good, and I love the packaging, but I just think the formula is just mediocre and not anything exceptional. So far Colourpop has 8 and BH has 7. Next, now I didn't realize how similar both of these palettes were until just recently. Like, literally I was sitting at home and I looked at my old what is this, Summer in Saint Tropez, and then I looked at my Cabana Club, and I actually feel like the color stories of these are pretty similar, so I figured we could go ahead with both of these. I'll show you what both of them look like on the inside. I know they're not exact, but I said similar enough. Like, I had to get similar enough because they don't have any exact color stories other than obviously the monochromatic ones, because, you know, they both had to put blues in there. But this is what both of them looks like. So the Cabana Club, again, love the packaging on this. This was spring of 2021, I want to say. The color story is really nice. I mean, they always have to throw in a whole bunch of neutrals. That's the only thing I hate about Colourpop. They always want to throw in a million neutrals, but I mean, BH does that to a certain extent with certain palettes too, so I can't say too much. But I love this color story. I love the look I got out of this, and I think the formula on this is really nice. So this is getting another 4 because, I mean, look at this packaging. It is absolutely stunning. The packaging is stunning. The color story is nice and great for spring. The formula on this was really good. So another 4. So Colourpop has 12 so far. This is the Summer in Saint Tropez palette. This is part of the travel collection. Now, remember I told you I think the travel collection is just okay. However, on the new ones, they have improved the formula on them. So I would definitely say that the formula on this is way better than the original Summer in Saint Tropez, in my personal opinion. The color story on this is really nice. It gives you extra little warm pops here with the pinks, and that I feel like I didn't see in the Colourpop one. The packaging is nice. This packaging is better than the other one. The only downside is with this packaging now, they took out the mirror, so I'm not necessarily happy about that. But the front packaging is okay. I'm not crazy about the packaging the way I am about the Colourpop one. So this one's going to get a 3 too, just because compared to the packaging of the Colourpop one, I mean, this cute screen printed picture is nice, but like, I prefer the older ones because they had the mirror. And the fact that this doesn't have the mirror, I'm just kind of like, and so this is going to be another 3. So they got 3, 6, and 4. They have 11, and Colourpop has 12. So Colourpop is still up by 1. The last one that we're going to talk about is actually not going to be the one I'm doing a look on my eyes with, because I feel like it would be fair to do a monochromatic look. But we're going to talk about the Blue Moon palette and the Bubblegum palette. So we're going to talk about both of these palettes. We'll start off with Blue Moon, of course. The packaging on these I actually don't like. And y'all know I usually love Colourpop packaging, but I don't know. I don't like these plastic ones. I don't know what it is about them. They just don't appease me. But the color story in this palette, oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning, amazing, wonderful. I love when Colourpop does a blue palette. That's why I own just about every blue palette they have made, because I feel like they do blue palettes so beautifully. So that's why I wanted to include this one in here for sure. Loved it. The color story is a 10 out of 10. The formula on all these, in my personal opinion, for the most part is amazing. I didn't like the formula on the red one, the orange one, and I think it's like the strawberry milkshake one. So main squeeze, strawberry milkshake, and orange glad. I don't like the formulas on, but the formula on this one is really nice. The color story on this is amazing, and of course the price point is great, because you can get this on sale right now for $9, because again, the 4th of July, I think they have 30% off, which makes this $9. Don't quote me for sure, but I know this was on sale because everything's 30% off. So this one is going to get a 3 instead of a 4, because I just hate this packaging. I'm so sorry. So Colourpop is at 15 right now. Now with this one, I absolutely love the packaging. I love the formula. I love everything about this palette. Y'all know I'm a sucker for blue, and I love how they did theirs. To me, they did theirs the way that Maggie, the owner of Blend Bunny, does her palettes. You have the darker shade, and then you have a shimmer to match it. So that way, if you're in a rush, you can just grab literally like 2 of the shades, do an eye look, and go. So this one's actually going to get a 4 from me. So I think they're actually even now. They both have, what, 15 apiece, I think? I said 11 and 4. Yeah, they both have 15 apiece. So they are in a tie. But the ones we're going to use are the Cabana Club, since I feel like I didn't do too much with this one when I got it, and the Summer in Saint Tropez. So we'll see how both of these work out and how they go, since I feel like both the formulas are fair on them, and I feel like the color story is somewhat unique. I feel like it would be unfair if I used the Mimosa one and the Barbie one, because I clearly said the Barbie one is better than the Mimosa, so I wanted to pick some that was fair and one that wasn't monochromatic. So that's why we're going to go with these 2. So I'm going to go off camera and figure out a look that we can do similar together, and then I will come back and show you all what it looks like. zoom you on it. If you're curious what's on my eyes now, believe it or not, when House Labs had the 50% off sale on Amazon for everything, this is actually her Stupid Love palette that I think Nikki Tutorials and Annette's Makeup Corner were raved about how much they liked a while ago. So I finally used mine today because I had to sit on my dresser and I was like, I need to use this palette so I can put it away. So I'm gonna leave it here at my grandma's house store, so if she ever has makeup in the future that I can compare it to that palette. But right now she just has like the sticks or the squeeze paints or something like that. But yeah, that's what's on my eyes now, to make a long story short, because I made that way longer than it needed to be. Anyway, I'm gonna go off camera, figure out life, then I'll come back and we can do whatever this is. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, so I decided what colors we're gonna use, so I will show them to you now. So both of them, I told you, had somewhat similar color stories, so that's what I went with. As you can see here, let me back you on up a little bit so you can look at the colors, and then I'll zoom you back in. Okay, so I'm basically going for a gold, yellow, purple type situation. So as you can see, both of them have purple, so we're gonna use this purple, this yellow, and I believe this gold, and we might mix a bit of this yellow in with that one, depending on how I feel. So we can't use the blue, unfortunately, because it's a matte, not a shimmer, which I was sad about. But same here. See what I'm saying? We're gonna use this purple, use this yellow, use this gold, and we'll probably use this neutral shade too to dust over the top of everything. So I'm gonna start off with the neutral shades on both sides. So this will be the Colourpop eye, and this will be the what is it? BH Cosmetics eye. So let's get started. And of course, neither one of them have mirrors because, you know, I don't know if BH realized they need to cut down. I'm zooming in, but I'm just gonna take that shade. Let's start with the Colourpop eye. So, I feel like the shade is quite light, but you know, I work with what I got, y'all. And although there's a deeper brown in here, there's not a deeper brown in the BH one, so I didn't think it'd be fair to use a deeper brown on one side, not the other side. Plus, we try to make them match as close as possible, because I still gotta go outside and take pictures of the new, what do you call it, Rare Beauty lipsticks. When I put on my setting spray, I noticed it messed up my top of the lips with the lipstick. Random side note. Just carry this in here and in here. I'll put too much eyeshadow primer or it transferred over. So there we go with that. And I'm using the same brushes on each side, so I have two of every brush to make sure we're not saying that, you know, I use a different brush and that might be the difference. Like, no, I have two of every brush. So this, I have two of this rock brush we're about to use, so I'm gonna put the used one down, and now we're gonna go into the BH Cosmetics one, and I'm going to use this shade right here, which is a little bit lighter than the other one, so I don't know how well it's about to work out, but you know. Y'all know the drill. You do the one side, you gotta do the other one. So let's get to the Summer Essential Paste. Where is it? And see what I'm saying? How much lighter it is on the other side? Like, that is quite light and ashy. It's one of those beige brow bone shades I always complain about in palettes I can't ever use. Now you see why I can't use. I feel like you can't tell that I tried to set the eyeshadow primer or that I even put a shade on because it's so light. So these are the type of shades I'm talking about, and this is why I be talking about them, because I just look ashy and crazy. Whereas Colourpop made one that was close to my skin tone. I appreciate that, but we'll do what we can. But I mean, if you don't have no black people working for you, I can understand why you wouldn't realize to do that. So now we got the ashiness out the way. Let's try to get into some shades that actually look closer to my skin tone. Or at least I would like the way they look on my skin tone. I'm just going to say clean brushes on each side and dust over. So I'm going to do that real quick. Well, so far I'm liking the Colourpop side just because it actually, you know, matches my skin tone. That's nice. So that's the Colourpop brush, and here is the BH brush. I mean, I feel like it literally just looks ashy. Now I think that, what do I want to take next? I think I said the yellows. I kind of wanted to use a pink now too. So I'm thinking about using the pink from here and then the pink from here. So I'm gonna put both those pinks in the crease. I want to put the yellow on the lid and I want to put the purple on the outer V. So yeah, now we're gonna go into the pink shade. It's called Bikini, and I have two Sigma E33 diffuse crease brushes. So we're gonna start off with that in the crease now. Now it is quite light. Reminds me of the shade that Karen just used in the UOMA Cosmetics palette. Looks really nice. She did a really nice look with that palette. I'm excited to announce that my girl Dionluvsmakeup has a code with Nomad now. So when I buy my palette, when it launches on the 12th, I will be using code Dion to save my coins. I think you only get 10%, but the point is she has a code. I'm using it. I feel like she always supports me, and this is one way I definitely can support her for sure. So from now on, I'm gonna be shouting use code Dion when you buy from Nomad Cosmetics. I'm liking the way this pink is looking. I've never actually used the pink in here before, I don't think. So, I like the way it looks. I feel like it's going to make this look nice. Okay, now we're going to go into the pink in this palette. So, we grab the pink. And they look like they're going to be about the same color. Let's see if the pigmentation is the same though. Because that's what I'm mainly concerned with. Okay, so all the shades in the Summer Essential palette are looking lighter than the ones in the Colourpop palette. That's all I'm noticing. See, because this pink is lighter than the one on the other side. So far the Colourpop one is more brown girl friendly. Yeah, it's definitely more brown girl friendly because I feel like everything on this side looks ashy. And everything on this side looks like it caters a little bit better to my skin tone. And I think this palette came out even before Neon anyway. And Killer King, his friend who owns Drench Cosmetics, came out, started helping Colourpop with curating their palette. So, interesting. Next, we're going to take the purple shade. So I'm going to take Cha Cha Cha, this one right here. And that's going to be our outer V shade. And then for the lid, we're going to use a matte. So I'm actually going to do an all matte look. I feel weird saying that aloud because I don't ever really do all matte looks like that. But, you know, we can try it. I mean, if we're talking about can, we are going to try it. So, okay. Y'all, I had the weirdest dream last night. Like, one of my friends I haven't seen since, like, high school, was in it, and like this eagle was like flying around the world, like chasing us. Well, not around the world, but like around this college campus, which is weird because I graduated from college like years ago. So I was like, what am I doing on a college campus? First of all, because Adrian isn't old enough to be sent off to college, so I was just totally confused as to what I was doing there. I was like, what am I doing here? This is really weird. Oh yeah, I'm really liking this Colourpop measure. It's a vibe. It was a dream I had, and I was saying you're not old enough to go to college, so I don't know why I was on a college campus. Anyway, so that's what it looks. This is what the purple is looking like with this pink. I think it looks nice. I wouldn't have thought to put these colors together otherwise, but since all the colors have to look similar, it's making me challenge it a little bit. So the purple in here is a little bit deeper, so maybe that'll help save this side, because right now this side just looks a nasty mess, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And I've been feeling like the Colourpop formula is a little bit easier to blend as well. So, oh God, even this is like, what in the world? What do y'all do? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going to try to build up this purple as best I can. But I feel like everything in this palette is lighter than it looks in the pan. And that's what's irritating me about it. Everything is lighter than it looks in the pan. And I'm like, why? Why? At least it's building on top of each other. I like that, but I'm not liking the lack of dip on the Beach Cosmetics side. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Like everything on the Colourpop side seems to go deeper than this one. And y'all saw in the pan, it looked just as deep as the Colourpop side, but when you put it on, it's like another one of the palettes with the Steven color swords. Like I need to make another video like that, because I feel like lately too many palettes are like looking one way in the pan, and then when you put them on, it's different. And then I used a pretty light base. I'm glad I didn't use the base I was thinking about, because I was thinking about using the Natasha Denona one, but if I had, I felt like these shades would look even worse. So to me, this just looks chalky and ashy, and the Colourpop side is looking nice and blending better. So yeah, so far BH is losing. I don't know how they plan on keeping up to win, because you're not giving anything to me. I mean, like nothing is being given. We're gonna take the yellow shade now and go towards the front of the lid with the matte. I'm gonna just take this, what's BK Beauty 206 brush. Start the yellow. And it's quite more pigmented than I expected it to be. Because again, I don't think I used this shade in the palette either before. Don't quote me though. I really like the tone of it, and I think it's looking nice with the pink and the purple, which I wasn't expecting. Like I didn't think the yellow and pink and purple would look nice, but now I know that their color combination looks good together, because this eye is looking very nice. I'm gonna go in with the purple and kind of, I guess, blend out a little bit more toward the back. I'm thinking, we'll see. I'm kind of liking the way it just looks on its own though. Yeah, like I'm really liking the way just that looks, so I actually don't think I need to do that. Okay, Colourpop. Getting me do interesting color combinations. Okay, I see you, girl. I'm gonna take my clean brush and just put on this stuff. So this is making me think about that palette that came from DD Signatures collection, where I think it was the passion fruit one, when she had like a yellow and I think like a orange and a pink and some other stuff, and it's definitely giving the vibes of that. Okay. Now let's get into the yellow from Central Place. So I'm just gonna take the deepest. I just stick my thumb in something. Anyway, I'm gonna just take the deepest yellow right here and put that on the lid, since everything isn't looking true to color. Anyway, I'm figuring that's not gonna be true to color either. So. And the other one is quite light, so I'm figuring if I put this one on, then maybe that's be true to color to the other side. Oh, the one thing is actually true to color, which I guess is good, because it's giving a little bit of depth to this look. I feel like this look has like absolutely no depth. The pink is ashy, the purple isn't deep enough. This is the only thing that's actually giving depth, and the color is actually blasting pretty well on the lid, so okay. I still don't feel like it's saving it, but you know, okay. Okay, let's get our so these are what the eyes are looking like so far. Let's go ahead and finish them off now. So I gotta put in one colors on each side. We're gonna start off with Colourpop one. Let's take this goldy shade right here, or the closest to gold shade in this palette, called Limelight, and pop that in my inner corner. And this look is done for the Colourpop side. Let's dab our color in from the Central Place side. So I'm going to take this one right here. This is the closest shade we have. It's gonna be a little more bronzy than the one I just put on, but you know, gotta work with what I got, girl. So there you go. Yeah, this definitely has more of a bronze look to it. And those are the finished eyes, so let's back it up and see who won. Okay, so remember, Colourpop eye, BH eye. So as far as I'm concerned, Colourpop won easily, because all the shades in here don't perform true to color in my personal opinion. Like, y'all saw how deep this purple was, and it's not nearly as deep on the outer V here. y'all saw this pink and it looked about even with the other pink, but you see how ashy it is on me. You saw this one and how I mean, this one doesn't look like it's super deep, but it looks like more of a satin finish on my eye, and it's just making everything over here look ashy. So the only color I was impressed with that I used was the yellow that's on the lid and the inner corner shade, and it's like those aren't shades I use that often. So yeah, I'm not feeling the BH Cosmetics one. If I like 2 shades out of the entire look I did, and I don't feel like the look is a cohesive the way the Colourpop one is, then yeah, I pick Colourpop. So Colourpop wins this eyeshadow versus, just because when it came down to actually using the products, although they look cute, although they perform fine on their own with the other colors I've used in them, when it came to this battle, like again, I tried to be fair. I used one of the newest formulas that they had come out with that had a color sorting match, Colourpop, and Colourpop still beat them, even though that palette is like over a year old. So those are my thoughts. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.